Meet Sam, a seasoned operations manager at a busy manufacturing plant. Known for his efficiency and results driven approach, Sam is a kind of leader who thrives under pressure. His team trusts him to deliver results, no matter the challenge. But even the best can face unexpected setbacks. It's Monday morning, and Sam's organization has landed a massive order from a high profile client. This deal could boost the plant's reputation and secure bonuses for everyone. Prepared and confident, Sam is ready to kick off production. However, chaos strikes. As Sam walks the floor, clipboard in hand, he notices a stopped conveyor belt with materials piling up. Investigating, he discovers a crucial repair tool is missing. His team scrambles to the storage room only to find it cluttered with misplaced items, unused parts, broken tools, and outdated inventory. The tool is nowhere to be found. Minutes turns into hours, derailing the production timeline. Things worsen. Overflowing waste bins block pathways, delaying transport. Bottlenecks form in the assembly line, and by day's end, the team misses their production target. Frustration mounts, and the client's deadline feels insurmountable. Now, imagine a different scenario. Same Sam, same critical project, but this time the plant operates like a well oiled machine. Tools are organized and labeled, the storage room is clean and intuitive. Scrap materials are efficiently managed, with waste segregated and cleared regularly. The conveyor belt issue resolved in minutes. Overflowing bins no longer a problem. Sam's team hits their targets, and when the client visits, they are amazed by the plant's efficiency. The deal is secure, and the team celebrates their success. This transformation isn't a fantasy. It's the result of mastering waste management and tackling the 8 wastes. Why master waste management? Because it helps identify inefficiencies, eliminate bottlenecks, and turn workplaces into hubs of productivity. It's not just about saving time and resources, it's about creating an environment where success is inevitable. Don't let inefficiencies hold you back. Waste management can revolutionize your operations, helping you unlock your full potential. Ready to master it and transform your workplace? Let's get started. Now that you've explored the power of waste management through Sam's story, let's dive deeper into this transformative methodology. Welcome to Waste Management and 8 Wastes, a crash course. Here, I will provide you with a beginner-friendly yet powerful introduction to this tool. You will learn what is waste management, its history, the foundational principles of lean thinking, and the steps to identify and eliminate the 8 wastes. My name is Rahul Iyer, and with over 22 years of experience in Lean Six Sigma, project management and data analytics, I have trained professionals across 192 plus countries and helped organizations achieve excellence. It is my genuine pleasure to take you through this entire journey. As a bonus, I have included a free ebook with actionable strategies and insights to master waste management and 8 wastes. Grab your copy now using the link in the description. Let's dive in. Waste management is the process of identifying, reducing, and eliminating inefficiencies in workflows, ensuring optimal use of resources. In manufacturing, it focuses on addressing the 8 wastes. These are defects, overproduction, waiting, non-utilized talent, transportation, inventory, motion, and extra processing. For example, a cluttered storage area leads to wasted time searching for tools while overproduction ties up resources and space. Efficient waste management involves organizing tools, streamlining production schedules, and maintaining clean workspaces. It's not just about reducing scraps, it's about improving overall efficiency, saving time, cutting costs, and creating a seamless, productive work environment where success becomes routine. But what happens when waste isn't managed at all? In the next lecture, we will uncover the history of waste elimination and its negative consequences. In the last lecture, you understood what waste management is. Now it's time to travel to the history of waste elimination. Did you know waste has been slowing us down for centuries? From ancient times to modern industries, waste has silently stolen time, energy, and resources. But we've been fighting back and winning. In this crash course, we will uncover the deadly wastes that are eating up your precious resources. You will learn how these wastes affect our daily lives and businesses and how to get rid of them for good. Let's start. Here is a question. Have you ever wondered why some companies seem to run like well-oiled machines while others struggle to keep up? The answer might surprise you, and it all begins with a story from post-World War II Japan. So, let's start with the origins of Toyota's production revolution. Picture this, it's the late 1940s and Japan is rebuilding after the war. Resources are scarce and the economy is in shambles. In this challenging environment, a company called Toyota is trying to compete with American car manufacturers. But how can they possibly match the outputs of giants like Ford and General Motors? This is where the story gets interesting. Toyota's leaders, Kichiro Toyoda and Taiichi Ono, realized they couldn't beat the Americans at their own game. Instead, they had to change the rules entirely. They began to look at their production process with fresh eyes, asking themselves, what if we could make cars with less waste? What if we could respond more quickly to customer demands? What if we could improve quality while reducing costs? These questions led to the birth of the Toyota Production System or TPS, the precursor to what we now call lean manufacturing. So, now let's move to understand about lean thinking and what makes it popular. Let's explore how these ideas transform the way the world works with real-world examples to bring it all to life. First, let me help you understand how Toyota Production System addressed the previously mentioned major questions. Make cars with less waste? Picture this, a production line where every single part is accounted for. No extra inventory piling up, no wasted time or effort. At Toyota, they embraced the idea of eliminating waste in all forms. They coined terms like muda or waste, muri or overburden, and mura or unevenness. An example? Think of an assembly line that runs only when the parts are needed rather than stockpiling excess. This concept, known as just-in-time or JIT, not only saved costs but also ensured flexibility in production. Respond more quickly to customer demands. Imagine you are at a pizzeria. Instead of making dozens of pizzas in advance, the chef waits for your order and prepares it fresh. Toyota's pull system works the same way. By producing only what's needed when it's needed, they created a responsive system that met customer needs without overproducing. For example, when demand for smaller cars rose, Toyota could quickly adapt, unlike competitors stuck with unsold inventory of larger models. Improve quality while reducing costs. Toyota's commitment to quality was revolutionary. They didn't just inspect cars at the end of the line, they built quality into every step of the process. This philosophy, called Jidoka, that is automation with a human touch, empowered workers to stop production if they spotted an issue. Think of it like baking a cake. Instead of realizing it's burnt only after it's done, you keep checking it during the process to ensure it's perfect. So, this is all about the history of waste elimination. But what if the battle against waste wasn't just about processes but a mindset shift? That's where the foundational principles of lean thinking comes in. Don't miss out on the next lecture. In the previous lectures, we got insights on waste management and its history. Now it's time to understand the principles of lean thinking. But you may think, what is the role of lean thinking in waste management? Waste management and lean thinking are closely related concepts and they are both related to reducing waste. At its core, lean thinking is a philosophy that aims to create a workplace environment where employees can quickly and systematically identify and address problems. It promotes continuous improvement and encourages collaboration between employees, managers, and customers to eliminate wasteful practices. Lean thinking isn't just a philosophy, it's a story of transformation, a quest to eliminate waste and pursue perfection. Let's understand deep into its 5 foundational principles. So, the first is identify value. Imagine a tech startup facing disaster with a failing smartphone. Customers hated the bloated features and fragile design. In a desperate pivot, the team asked, what do customers truly value? The answer, sleek design, long battery life, and speed. Stripping away excess, they created a streamlined device that redefined the market. Focusing on value saved their company. Next is map the value stream. Picture coffee beans, journey from hillside farms to your cup. Along the way, inefficiencies like lengthy storage and complex packaging waste resources. A cafe owner mapped this process, simplified logistics, and adopted direct trade agreements. The result? Fresher coffee, lower costs, and a smaller environmental footprint. Mapping value exposes waste and transforms systems. Next is create flow. On a chaotic factory floor, bottlenecks stalled production. Inspired by Toyota, the manager visualized workflow like traffic. By addressing outdated equipment and rearranging workstations, she streamlined operations. Soon, products flowed seamlessly, deadlines were met, and profits soared. Creating flow turns chaos into efficiency. Now, the next is establish pull. A pizzeria flipped the script by adopting a pull system. No pizzas were made until ordered. Fresh dough and toppings ensured minimal waste and faster service. Though initially resisted, the results, fewer mistakes, happier customers, and booming business, proved the power of a pull system. Next is seek perfection. In a car plant, workers daily improved processes from tool designs to assembly tweaks. One small change saved millions. This relentless pursuit of perfection mirrors an athlete's training, constant incremental progress. Perfection is a journey, not a destination. Lean thinking connects these principles to revolutionize efficiency, morale, and outcomes, proving that small changes can lead to profound transformations. Now that you understand the connection between lean thinking and waste management, it is time to uncover the 8 wastes. Let's meet in the next lecture. Now that you know about the foundational principles of lean thinking and its connection with waste management, let's identify and eliminate these wastes. What if I told you that your business is bleeding resources, time, and potential without you even realizing it? So now we are unraveling the 8 silent killers of productivity. wastes that lurk in every corner of your operations. And here's the twist. Mastering these can transform chaos into clarity and stagnation into exponential growth. Hence, now it's time to roll up our sleeves and dive into the nitty-gritty of waste elimination. Our mission: to identify and eliminate all these wastes, making our processes smoother, more efficient, and ultimately more valuable to our customers. In our previous lectures, we explored waste management, journeyed through its history, and uncovered the foundational principles of lean thinking. Now let's start with understanding about transportation waste. Transportation waste refers to the unnecessary movement of materials, products, or people within a process. Unlike essential tasks, these movements don't add any value to the final product and can lead to inefficiencies, delays, and increased costs. Excessive transportation can drain time, energy, and resources, leading to higher expenses and operational bottlenecks. It causes wear and tear on equipment, risks product damage, and contributes to longer lead times, ultimately frustrating both employees and customers. Here is an example to help you understand better. Meet Lisa, a logistics manager at a furniture company. Her team constantly struggled with raw materials stored far from the assembly line. Every day, workers spent hours transporting items back and forth. The consequence? The inefficiency caused production delays, increased transportation costs, and missed delivery deadlines. Customers grew dissatisfied and the team's morale dropped. So, what was the next step? Lisa reconfigured the warehouse layout, bringing frequently used materials closer to the production area. She also introduced automated transport systems for heavier items. Productivity improved by 25% and delivery times became consistent. Transportation waste is a silent productivity killer. But with smart planning and streamlined workflows, you can eliminate it and keep operations running efficiently. Now, are you ready to uncover the next waste lurking in your processes? Let's move on to the next lecture. Let's take a moment to reflect. So far, you uncovered the transformative power of identifying and eliminating waste in operations. But what if you could go further? Not just spotting inefficiencies, but leading the charge to eliminate them with confidence and expertise. At the Advanced Innovation Group Pro Excellence, or AIGPE, we offer globally recognized certifications crafted to give you the edge in lean thinking, process improvement, and operational excellence. Our programs are trusted worldwide and accredited by the CPD Certification Service. As an authorized training partner, or ATP, of the Project Management Institute, and a recognized provider of choice by the Society for Human Resource Management, or SHRM, these certifications aren't just about learning, they are about positioning yourself as the go-to expert who can drive impactful change in any organization. From mastering lean methodologies and Six Sigma white, yellow, green, and black belt to leveraging tools like Minitab Analytics, our certifications are designed with practical, real-world applications in mind. They equip you to transform workplaces, lead projects with precision, and secure career-defining results. And here's the best part. During our sale periods, you can access these courses at prices less than the cost of lunch. So why wait? Click on the link in the description to discover the certification that matches your ambition. Now, let's dive into the next lecture and uncover how to combat inventory waste, a silent drain on resources that every business faces. So, we started uncovering the wastes, and the first waste was transportation waste. We understood how it kills efficiency and resources. Let's move on to the next, inventory waste. Inventory waste is the result of holding excess materials, products, or components beyond what's needed for production. This waste often arises from overstocking, inefficient inventory systems, or poor forecasting, and it can wreak havoc on cash flow and storage space. The consequences of inventory waste are significant, tying up valuable capital in unsold stock, occupying warehouse space that could be used for more important tasks, and leading to stock deterioration or obsolescence. It also causes delays when workers have to sift through piles of excess inventory to find what they need. Let's understand with an example. Meet John, a supply chain manager at an electronics company. Due to inaccurate forecasting, the company ordered large quantities of parts they didn't need. As a result, the warehouse became overcrowded and parts started to go unused or expire. This led to cash flow problems and forced the company to delay orders while clearing out obsolete stock. John turned things around by implementing just in time or JIT inventory practices. He aligned his ordering process with production needs, reducing excess stock and freeing up space. Within months, the company saw improved cash flow and efficiency. Inventory waste is a silent drain on resources, but by controlling stock levels and optimizing your processes, you can reclaim space, capital, and time. Ready to tackle the next waste? Let's continue to the next lecture to uncover the next common waste that eats up your time and resources. In the previous lectures, we tackled transportation waste and inventory waste, two hidden enemies slowing down productivity. Now let's move to another culprit that affects efficiency at every level, motion waste. Motion waste is the unnecessary movement of people, tools, or equipment within a process. These movements don't add value and consume time and energy that could be spent on more productive tasks. It's about the extra steps, bending, stretching, or searching that occur when tools and materials are poorly arranged or processes are inefficient. The consequences of motion waste are far reaching: increased fatigue, slower work pace, higher chances of injury, and wasted time. It can be frustrating for employees and lead to significant drops in productivity and morale. Let's understand with an example. Meet Sarah, a warehouse worker at a distribution center. She spent most of her day walking back and forth across the warehouse, searching for tools or materials that were scattered in multiple locations. The result? Her energy was drained, tasks took longer than necessary, and of course, high stress levels. Sarah's supervisor decided to implement a better layout, placing tools and materials within arm's reach. They introduced ergonomic workstations and organized tools by frequency of use. The result? Sarah's productivity increased and the risk of injury decreased. Motion waste may seem like a small issue, but it adds up quickly. By optimizing workflows and eliminating unnecessary movements, you can empower your team, boost productivity, and improve safety. While optimizing motion is crucial, there's another silent killer of productivity lurking: waiting waste. Stay tuned as we uncover how this hidden time thief disrupts your workflow. In our previous lectures, we uncovered transportation, inventory, and motion waste, three key obstacles standing in the way of smooth operations. Now it's time to address another productivity killer: waiting waste. This silent thief steals time and resources, leaving you with nothing but delays and frustration. So, what is waiting waste? It's the time lost when people, tools, or processes are stalled, unable to move forward. In business, this could mean waiting for a manager's sign-off, for supplies to arrive, or for a system update to complete. The problem, this idle time adds no value to your work, it's pure loss. Let's break it down. Waiting waste happens because of bottlenecks, inefficient workflows, or unclear communications. Think of the last time a project was delayed because you didn't have the right data. Frustrating, right? That's waiting waste in action. But it's not just a minor inconvenience. Waiting waste costs businesses billions annually in lost productivity. And for employees, it's the difference between feeling empowered at work and feeling stuck. Here's an example. Meet Kevin, a project manager at a mid sized marketing firm. His team's deadlines were constantly slipping and stress levels were sky high. Why? Every campaign stalled while waiting for client feedback or internal approvals. Dead time added up and productivity dropped. But Kevin took action. He identified the bottlenecks, then he introduced automated approval systems, clear timelines, and real time updates through collaborative software. The result? Projects moved 30% faster, client satisfaction soared, and his team's morale improved. Waiting waste isn't just a time thief, it's a growth killer. But the good news, you can fight back. Streamline processes, use tools that promote efficiency, and set clear expectations. Because every minute your team spends waiting is a minute you could use to innovate, create, and succeed. Let's uncover one more silent waste that you aren't aware of that is actually leading to depleting your valuable resources. In the previous lectures, we have tackled 4 major wastes, each one slowing down your workflow in its own way. Now let's focus on a major culprit that's often hidden in plain sight: overproduction waste. What if I told you the biggest threat to your workplace productivity isn't too little work, it's too much? That's right, overproduction waste is silently wreaking havoc in businesses everywhere. Overproduction waste is creating more than what's needed, sooner than it's needed, or faster than it's required. It's not just about physical products, it applies to information, reports, and even meetings. The problem? Overproduction ties up resources, clogs workflows, and often leads to rework, storage issues, or complete waste. Let's understand with an example. Meet Mark, a production manager at a bakery. In an effort to meet customer demand, he produced more loaves of bread than needed, leading to excess stock. By the end of the day, much of the bread went unsold and they were forced to throw it away. Not only did this increase waste, but it also led to higher costs and dissatisfied customers. Mark shifted to a more accurate demand forecasting system, producing only what was needed for the day. This reduced waste, saved on storage, and increased profitability. Overproduction waste is a costly and unnecessary drain on resources. But with smarter production planning and demand management, you can eliminate it and keep your processes running lean. Ready to tackle the next waste? Let's keep moving. In the previous lectures, we uncovered the hidden drains on transportation, inventory, motion, waiting, and overproduction waste. Now it's time to shine a light on another culprit: overprocessing waste. Overprocessing waste happens when you do more work or use more resources than necessary to meet the requirements of a task. It's the extra polishing, redundant inspections, or unnecessary features that add no value to the final product but drain time, energy, and materials. The consequences of overprocessing are immense: longer production cycles, higher costs, and an overworked team. It often stems from outdated procedures, miscommunication, or the belief that more is better, leaving businesses tangled in inefficiencies. Let's take into account a real life example. In the 1950s, Toyota, rebuilding in post war Japan, discovered workers were sanding car parts that didn't need it, just because it was the way things were always done. This wasted time and energy while offering no additional value. Toyota embraced the principle of just enough, eliminating unnecessary steps. This shift saved time and materials, streamlined their assembly lines, and boosted morale and profits. This breakthrough became the cornerstone of the Toyota Production System or TPS and inspired industries worldwide to rethink their processes. Overprocessing waste thrives on overcomplication. However, by identifying and eliminating unnecessary steps, you can save resources and achieve clarity in your operations. But even after streamlining processes, there is one form of waste that can shatter efficiency and tarnish reputation. That's the defects waste. Ready to know more about it? Let's meet at the next lecture. In our journey so far, we have tackled various forms of waste, from transportation to overprocessing. Now let's turn our focus to a form of waste that directly impacts quality, reputation, and trust: defects waste. Defects waste arises when errors or flaws in a product or process lead to rework, scrap, or customer dissatisfaction. These mistakes drain resources, disrupt timelines, and tarnish your brand's credibility. Every defect represents wasted time, material, and effort, often cascading into larger inefficiencies. The consequences of defects waste are staggering: financial losses, frustrated teams, and disappointed customers. At its core, defects waste reflects a failure in quality control and often stems from poor communication, outdated processes, or lack of attention to detail. Here's a real life example. Let's revisit the Mars Climate Orbiter. This $125 million spacecraft was lost forever because one team used metric measurements while another used imperial. A seemingly minor defect, a miscommunication, turned catastrophic, leading to a failure of the mission and years of wasted effort. Now contrast this with Pixar's approach. Pixar reviews every frame of their movies 24 frames per second to catch even the smallest errors early. By prioritizing quality, they avoid costly reworks and maintain their reputation for excellence. Defects waste isn't just a technical glitch, it's a critical opportunity to learn and improve. By identifying errors at their source and fixing them before they grow, you not only save resources but also build trust and loyalty. In our exploration of the deadly wastes, we addressed inefficiencies in movement, production, and processes. Now let's shine a light on a waste that often goes unnoticed but is just as detrimental: unused employee talent waste, or the intellect waste. Unused employee talent waste occurs when an organization fails to fully utilize the skills, creativity, and knowledge of its workforce. This waste isn't about underemployment. Rather, it's about overlooking the potential contributions that employees can bring to problem solving and innovation. The consequences are significant: disengaged employees, missed opportunities for improvement, and stagnant growth. When talent is underutilized, it creates frustration among workers and limits the organization's ability to compete in a dynamic marketplace. Imagine a junior engineer, Sia, working at a manufacturing company. Though she had ideas to streamline production and reduce defects, Her suggestions were ignored by upper management. Over time, Mia grew disheartened and stopped contributing beyond her basic tasks. The company missed out on valuable innovations and employee turnover increased. Now consider companies like 3M, where employees are encouraged to dedicate 15% of their time to passion projects. This policy led to groundbreaking products like post it notes. By tapping into their employees' creativity, 3M turned untapped potential into massive success. So now, we have covered all 8 wastes, but knowing these wastes isn't just the beginning. How do you detect and eliminate them effectively in your organization? Stay tuned because the next lecture will give you the tools to uncover and combat waste head on. Imagine a company where every process runs like clockwork. No delays, no unnecessary steps, and every dollar is well spent. Sounds like a dream? Right. Well, it's not just a dream, it's achievable. Let's get straight to the steps on how to detect and eliminate wastes. First, detection. Waste often lurks in plain sight. Outdated workflows, misaligned priorities, or even unused resources. To find it, start with data. Track performance metrics, audit processes, and gather feedback from teams on recurring bottlenecks. You can also use Gemba walks, physically walking through the workplace, observing processes firsthand, and identifying potential waste. You can also use value stream mapping, a visual representation of all the steps in your process, helping you identify where value is added and where waste occurs. Now the next step is elimination. Once identified, tackle waste by redesigning processes. Automate repetitive tasks, consolidate duplicate efforts, and empower teams with tools that enhance productivity. Focus on creating a culture where continuous improvement isn't just encouraged, it's celebrated. By addressing these inefficiencies head on, you can free up resources, improve output, and build a more agile organization. But remember, waste reduction is an ongoing journey, not a destination. In the next lecture, you will explore how to sustain these improvements and create a culture of continuous improvement. You have streamlined processes, eliminated waste, and transformed operations. But here's the real challenge. How do you sustain this lean culture for the long haul? Welcome to our final lecture, Sustaining a Lean Culture. Let's ensure your hard work doesn't fade over time. First, sustaining a lean culture starts with leadership. Leaders must consistently model lean principles, fostering a mindset of continuous improvement across all levels. Next, it's about engagement. Empower your teams by encouraging feedback, rewarding innovation, and creating a shared sense of ownership. Lean isn't a top down initiative, it thrives when everyone contributes. Finally, never stop learning. Use regular audits, training, and benchmarking to keep your organization evolving. Remember, every step you take to eliminate waste, no matter how small, is a step towards a more efficient, effective, and ultimately more successful organization. Thank you for joining this crash course. As we conclude, remember to download your free ebook for additional insights and resources. The link is in the description. If you found this course valuable, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Hit the bell icon to receive instant updates on new content so you never miss out. I hope you've enjoyed this training. Click on the next one to deepen your knowledge in process improvement, project management, and quality. I will see you there in just a few seconds.